I told you earlier, last lesson we were discussing about setting out, right? So today we're going to look at this is what you're expected to do. These are the learning outcomes. And we said the unit of competency is unit of competencies. Which unit is this? Substructure works. And you don't forget this is substructure works. And these are the core units. So as someone who has done the technology, without substructure works or superstructure works also, you cannot be a qualified engineer or a technologist. So even before that, I want to call the class register, and the class rep has told me that one of you has joined us today. Who is that? Okay, so let me first of all call some few of them. So Gerard Motito. Present. So yes. So Gerard Motito. Present. Regan Maina. Samuel Kimani.
Present.
Maxine Wanjiko. Eunice Maina. Kipro Wilson.
Present.
Maureen Wanjiro. Nidia Asheri. Manasseh.
Present.
Patrick Nana.
Present.
Maxwell. Kevin. Samuel Kanyina. Who is Samuel Kanyina? Alex.
Present.
George Moya. Wangi Samuel.
Present.
Kimania. Frederick Morini. Maurice Mogo.
Present.
There is who else? Bruno.
Present.
Lawrence. Kevin Harry.
Present.
Kobo James. Mutui Loni. Obadia. Go to Newton. James Givenji. Lemis Machanja. Lemis. There is Francis Mbogo. Samuel Baragu. Ian Washira. Chris Motugi. There is Ezekiel Gabia. Francis and Kelvin Siema. So who has not had his name? So were you in the last class, substructure class? And did you mention it? Let's see. So you remind me, as you continue. So today, as I have said today, that we are going to look at how to read and interpret a drawing. You remember I told you last time that you can't set out without knowing what you're setting out. Is it true? Yeah, you can't set out without knowing what you're setting out. So first of all, you must be able to interpret a drawing so that you may be able. So in the superstructure class that you are with, you are just doing it just at least to make you know what you're doing, to give you an idea of what you're doing. But today we are going to know how to read and interpret a drawing. So who can tell me who draws? Who comes up with a drawing? Yes, my friend. Yeah? Yeah, it's an architecture. And also who else? There's someone else also who draws or comes up with a design. Yes? Who? True, an engineer, specify the engineer that we're talking about. Yes? Specify? Yes? You're not? So there is the architectural drawing or an architecture, and also there is a structural engineer. So an architecture is the one who comes with a plan. He's the one who comes up with a plan and he draws it. So and a structural engineer, he needs to have the architectural drawing for him to be able to come up with his drawing. So he cannot just come up with a drawing from nowhere. He must have, first of all, the architectural drawing for him to come up with. Because a structural engineer, he designs what? He designs what? Gerald? Yes? A structural engineer. Yes? So in short, he comes up with the structural part of it. It is the structural part of it. For example, give me examples of the structural part of it, like the beams, like the columns, like the bases. You see, such things. So that is what we're going to look at today. That is what we're going to look at today, and also. So you can write there interpreting of building drawings. Interpreting of building drawings. So when we're interpreting, first of all, you want to know what is a site plan. What is a site plan? Huh? What is a site plan? What is a site plan? Ask your neighbor, what is a site plan? Huh? Discuss with him. 2 or 3 people, you can just discuss. What's a site plan? What's a site plan? A site plan? And we say that engineers should know how to give what is in your mind, you lay it. Huh? Huh? Tell me what. My brother, you don't have somebody to talk to. You can talk to him. You can talk to him. Tell us what have you discussed. Your name? Yeah. Someone wants to hear you. Wants to hear what you want to say. Yeah. Say it. Pardon? That he says that it is a plan. Ask. Sit up over here. A plan of how construction site will construction. So pinpoint somebody else whom you want to. Ian. Ian has mentioned, you tell us. Where is Ian? Ian who? Ian, come. Ian. Point him. Where is he? Yeah, tell us Ian. Ask somebody else to help you. Yes, you can help him. A plan of how you're going to set aside for construction. Who else? Give somebody else to help you. Okay, yes. Just say what you want. For example, it's an exam. Say what you can write. Say it. The planning here exists. The word is the same word, So, actually, what you can say a site plan is, you can say it is a large scale drawing that shows a large scale. A site plan is a large scale that shows a large scale that shows the full extent of the site. 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 For an existing or proposed development. I have said that a site plan is a large scale drawing that shows the full extent of the site for an existing or proposed development. You can also write there that it is used to locate site. It is used to locate site. Site plans. It is used to locate site. It is used to locate site. Buildings, define site levels, indicate services to buildings, and identify parts of site, such as roads. A site plan can help us to identify roads, footpaths, and boundaries, and to give setting out dimensions, for the site. I'll say to give setting out dimensions for the site and buildings as a whole, So site plans, in every architectural drawing, there must be a site plan. Why? Because you have seen a site plan does what? Eunice, what does a site plan do according to what you have seen? It is used to locate the main site where it's supposed to be. What else? What does the site plan do? according to what you've written there. Because you've written something. What does it do? Yes, to locate the roads and paths and or footpaths. So are we together? So at least from there you've understood something. So what's this? This is a. What is this? Is that right? What is this? What is this? A plan, a site plan. What is it? Let me know. What is this? A blueprint. Hey. What is this? A site plan. Hey. What is this? A site plan. A site plan. Hey. Are you sure that this is a site plan? Is this a site plan? Yes. So I need two people. I need a lady and a gent. I need a lady and a gent. So they can come. One person is to let. In points to people. A lady and a gent. So this road can come. They need to come up. 10 people come. 10 people that come. Because I have seen that there's something that we are confusing. Yes, you get other people also like 5 more. 5 more to come. You from there now. So what I'm talking about, all these are like an architectural drawing. Okay? An architectural drawing. What we're saying that the site plan is this. Why? Because the site plan, it locates where the building is, and also it locates where the paths are. Are you together? So it locates everything that you can see. You can see. So this house is here. Right together. So this is what we call a site plan. And that's what we have said, even as we have read, that we have said that a site plan is a large scale drawing, as you can see, that shows the full extent of the site. You see, so this one, it shows the full extent of the site. All this, it shows the full extent of the site. Why? Because this one, because it indicates the paths where the building is, especially you can see. So the whole building is there. So all these are roads and also other houses which are here located around. You see? And as you can see also, it's called an allocation plan. Allocation plan is still the same as the site plan because it shows now how about the access roads, about now where actually as you can see it's it has a scale. You see? So as you have said that as a site plan, it also includes it has a scale. So this is the scale of this. That one is also. So something else that I wanted you to see before we get there. Yeah. So the last group there, you can also come. The last group here. From where media is coming. architectural drawing. So an architectural drawing, it contains a site plan, contains building sections, it contains elevations, floor plan, and everything. It is there. But what I want to have asked, what is a site plan? So a site plan, we have said that it shows a scale in it, and a site plan, it shows where the location of the building is going to be. So when you're given such a thing, this is not a site plan, but a site plan is this. You see, this is a building where it is located, as you have seen. So they are just there are few bed sitters, so they are located here, as you can see. So and let me tell you something. This site plan, it is not just gotten from nowhere. When you go to the lands are to the public works, you are able to know where that site is located. So you just take a picture of it in a scale of it, so and you just come with and place it there just as it is. So you just place your drawing. So when you go to the actual place where the building is, you're going to see the buildings which are there and also the roads which are there. So a site plan contains, it has a scale, and also it shows the location of the building, and what else? And the footpath also, as you can see also, and what else? What else? What's the mission? Okay, so that is it. So this is a site plan. So site plan is the last group. The last group. The last group. So I want to say this is the site plan. It's easy site plan. So we will it shows where the location of the actual building is going to be. So with the site plan, which I want you to this site plan is from you get it from the lands. Because every place is in the map. So you just get it where it is, you can't make complications where it is. And you just fix what? Drawing. You see, not so this is the actual drawing. But the site plan is going to show the access of the roads, where the roads are going to be, and where the actual building is. And also it contains this is and also it shows the actual this one this one is smaller, but you can see it's the same, even the weight is the same. So that is so that is it. Are you together? Are we together? So that is what we call a site plan. That is what we call a site plan. The other one that I want us to look is about floor plans. So we have talked about a site plan. So we are now going to look at a floor plan. A floor plan. A floor plan. So what is a floor plan? Oh, as we have so we have said that that's the site plan. Mm-hmm. What's that? Sorry, a floor plan. This is what I'm going to conclude. What's a floor plan? When you are hapa ni ofisini. So what can you say to this? What can you say to this? My friend. Najua unaiona kwa kichwa, si ndio? But you're like, you want to say it in words, but it's not coming out. So you're seeing it is there, but it's not coming out. Yes? Try. Give it a try. Yes. He has an idea also. Or even you can say what it is used for. What a floor plan used for. So you can write there, a floor plan is used to identify and set out parts of the building, such as rooms, such as rooms, corridors, windows, and doors. Corridors, windows, and doors. Corridors, windows, and doors. So, just when you're seated, I want you to see just a small. I know so many people have seen. They have seen floor plans, but it's good for you just to show you. If you just pass by, this is what we call. So that you just sit, then you pass behind, you pass by. So you can just pass. You just pass behind. As you see, it's just a small drawing, and that is the floor plan. For example, actually, the place where we are when we have seen that it contains doors. Just where we are. This is a floor plan. Why? Because you can see, for example, you can see if the walls are removed, you can see that a small space for a door, a small place maybe for a window. That is what we are talking about. You can just pass by. You just pass by. At least make sure that you have seen. Make sure that you have seen. Make sure that you have seen. One of our friends last time had a plan. Now that's what we call a floor plan. A floor plan. So it indicates the floor itself. It indicates the doors, indicates the windows, but his indicates such. So he was just showing the walls in 2D, not in 3D. In 2D. In 2D, it is whereby you see something just on the floor. But in 3D, you see it the way actually it is. Have you learned about 3D? Umesoma 3D, technical drawing? So katika mahali you start drawing things in 3D. In 3D. 2D is what you do, but 3D now is now what you can figure out how that thing is supposed to be. So these are 2D. A floor plan is a 2D thing. Okay? Have you seen? You see, it indicates the doors, what how you separate the partitioning of maybe one room to the other, or maybe the toilet. You can see that there are walls there to partition. That is what we call all about the floor. So I can summarize that is about the how to read it and also interpret. As you can see that drawing, you can see that there are dimensions which are there. Can you see? Can you see some dimensions also at the floor plan? Because also the dimensions are also shown at the floor plan. You can see the way they are, and they're indicated this way. As you can see that there are things like this, or like this. And we say that a drawing is given by in millimeters. Okay? In millimeters. Yeah. Even actually, I thought you're drawing. It is in millimeters. So, if you are in Torah, when you draw, you say Torah in meters. In meters, you just convert. But in the actual way, in architectural drawing, you give in millimeters. Actually, when in structural, it's everything that you draw on paper, you draw it in millimeters. Are we okay with that? Any question? So I'll just give two people to tell us what they have planned on that line outcome. Or any question that you have concerning anything to do with reading and interpreting and drawing. Before now we go to the actual site. See, we have practicals also. So that was the theory part of it. Now we're going to, at the next lesson, we're going to see how now we can now lay it on the ground, the actual on it. So when we say if it is 1500 millimeters, 1500 millimeters, we go there and see what's 1500 millimeters. Why? Because already, we already now know what it is. So when I tell you, look at the floor plan, look at the window, look at the doors, look at the, what else? In this side, there is the window and there is the door. Those are the most used, especially when you're seeing something at a 2D. You see a space of a door, and you see a space maybe of a window or something else, or maybe even you can locate objects on floor plans. Okay? You can locate objects on floor plans. So say, hapa ni kitanda itakaa. So that is what we are talking about. So I just give one answer to summarize. What he or she has learned. Anybody? So I'm going to do this. You know how I do. I just use good strategies, right? So I'm just going to give you an option. So give people who are so you can summarize for us. Something that you've learned, and then you give two people. Then you go to the next one. You know how you disappoint me. Yes, do somebody else. Any person who wants to point somebody else. Yeah, the last person here. Just come and say something. Who? Okay, just say it when you're here. Okay, good. So thank you so much for that time.